It's Jessica. I am without April this week, but we are still going to have a little bit of astrology, and I have some cards pulled here that I'm going to share with you. So we will get to know what's going on in the astrology this week and what we have to expect. The biggest thing that we have going on this week is Jupiter is moving into Capricorn. This specific transit is a big deal because it's been in its home sign for a while. And when a planet is in its home sign, it is flourishing there. It's an easy flow of energy. It's like that friend that you hang out with where, you don't have to put on a mask or anything like that. Like, you can be your true, authentic self. So that's like when a planet is in its home sign, the energy is good and flowing. It's not like abrasive. It's like, if you're a person who likes, when a planet is in a sign that it doesn't really care for, it's like you really not liking super hot weather and going into, a state where it's super humid and hot and it's you're horrible, but like your friend is like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I love being here. So it's that kind of energy when a planet is in a certain sign that it is good in, and it's, how it is when a planet is in a sign that it's not good in. So Jupiter moving into Capricorn. April and I pulled cards on these transits a while ago, and the cards that we pulled for this transit specifically was Deep Freeze, so something, and I'll explain why, and why it makes sense, and Prisoner. Capricorn is the sign of where we want to lock you down. We want you to sign a contract. We want you to commit to something, okay? So that's where it's like the prisoner. It's like that's where it is a contract is that devil card, because there's something confining you to something, where the Lover's card is where two people come together and there's not a contract needed because there's trust and faith going on. And Capricorn is all about, signing, like I said, signing contracts, but that is good. That brings structure to things. That helps people to understand expectations. So a lot of Jupiter going through Capricorn, we're leaving this sign of like inspiration and fire and warmth, to where it's like now we're going to get a little bit more rigid. We're going to be a little bit more discerning. We're going to be holding other people accountable, as well as we are going to be held more accountable in life. So you'll notice that different things are going to start to come up for the next year and a half that are expanding on those areas of specifics. So like I would really do some research on Jupiter and Capricorn, and maybe create a mindfulness sheet that lets this, maybe I should kind of like look at my own life and see where I could be a little bit better in these areas. Okay, that's kind of how we work with the energy, instead of blindly going through life, which is fine, and not really knowing, why. This gives you like it's very Capricornian. It gives you a to-do list to be mindful that these are going to be the influences that are going to be coming into your life over the next 18 months, because Jupiter transits 12 to 18 months through a sign. So Jupiter's, that's today. So people are going to be accountable. They are going to be holding people accountable. You're going to notice where people are going to be more talking about commitments. Like you might notice if people get married or partnerships or those kinds of things. So that will be Jupiter's expansion. So we'll be expanding on that. And I wanted to pull two cards. Woo, that one just came out. For that specific, and I said two cards and two cards came out. Okay. That specific transits, and it says surrender now. So we got the moth. So surrender now. And dream the world into being. So let Jupiter, because Jupiter is what helps us to expand in life. So it says like surrender to the fact that I hear more like surrender to the fact that, there's going to be this due diligence that needs to happen and come. But it's like allow, because Neptune is also just went direct, so that's what this is kind of telling me is like, um, get busy and dream your world into life. And Capricorn is going to help you because it's going to allow you to create the steps to get to where you're wanting to go. But it just keeps, I'm channeling more of this, I guess. It's like surrender now to know that the work is going to have to go in, that whatever you go into, I just keep hearing due diligence, due diligence, due diligence. Like, you're going to have to climb the mountain. Capricorn, the Ram, is all about that. They're the workaholics of the zodiac. So if we're all expanding in that area of our life, it's like for me, Capricorn is in my 6th house. So it's all about getting my routine straight, getting my health in a good place. So like, I am a person who needs to have like, if I'm going to be successful in life, because I have that 6th house Capricorn, I need lists, I need structure, I need to know that if I do this and that, I'm getting this, like I'm moving to that next level. It's like, I'm not going to do all of these things if it's not getting me anywhere. It's just how I am. I've really learned that about myself. So looking to where you have Capricorn in your own personal chart, there's going to be due diligence needed there, because now we have a huge stellium in Capricorn. We have Jupiter, Venus, Capricorn, Saturn in the South Node. So that's 5 energies. And remember, I talked about it before that it's like taking these little, like take a bowl and taking each little ball is vibrating, and with a couple of only one ball in there, it's gonna, if you put your hands on the outside of the ball, you're only gonna be able to feel this much vibration. You put 5 balls in that bowl, you're gonna feel a lot more. So that's the idea of a stellium in one sign, where all these different planets are coming in, and exercising that energy. You may not feel, touch, or see. I mean, you can feel the heat of the sun because that's what it does. You may not feel or see the different things that come in from the other planets, but it is happening. So this week, really quick, I'm trying to keep this on a timeline. So today, the moon is going to be void all day. And remember, we talked about void course moons is when we're not really, we don't buy groceries, we don't start anything new, we don't, we're very discerning about purchases and commitments and stuff like that on void moons, because you might find a week later that, I really didn't want that, type of thing. I will tell you that all this week is peppered in rose-colored glasses. So everybody is going to have that feeling of having rose-colored glasses on because of the Mars and the Venus aspects that are pretty saturated until about the end of the week. So today, Venus and the South Node are making a connection, and that could have you questioning relationships that you're in, questioning relationships that you've been. It's more about questioning relationships from your past, or relationships, like maybe comparing your new relationship with relationships from your past. It's just something, it's about South Node stuff. So Venus is really thinking about, what those dynamics look like within relationships. There is going to be a drive to pursue what we want. Whatever your carrot has been, whatever you've been noticing, like I said, like for me, it's all about creating a business format and structuring that. And my health, like I am making major changes within my health routine, and I have been trying to get the gusto. Well, now is when that drive to pursue it is going to kick in. There's a lot of energy supporting starting projects today. Physical attraction is high. So again, Mars and Venus, the masculine and the feminine energy are playing really well this week. So if there's a love interest and you see like the googly eyes or this, that, and the other thing, that's very prominent this week. People could be motivated to spend money. You could feel motivated to spend money. I have been putting off getting a new phone for months now, and today I am going to go and do it. So I am motivated to go, and where before I've been like holding on to all of my pennies, but I'm kind of in that space where I need a phone that isn't cracked screen and all the things. And we're pretty close to the end of the Mercury shadow period, so I'm feeling pretty comfortable with going ahead and purchasing that. But there's also some nervous and anxious energy out there today too. So if you find yourself feeling a little bit anxious, reach into your toolbox. Know that it's a transit, not necessarily, it's something coming up to show you why you're having a fear about something. So maybe sit down and mindfully think about why you're afraid of that. Like what is the root of it? Tomorrow the moon and today is the moon. The moon is in Aquarius, but again we're void, so it's moving into Pisces. Tomorrow the moon will be in Pisces at about 2:11 a.m. We're going to feel like emotionally throwing ourselves into our work. Okay, so Tuesday has that going for it. Passionate about what we've been into, what we've been connecting to, and the goal is set. So again, there's been this theme of stuff that you've been going through and working through for the past couple of years. And it's like you've shifted into what dynamic you're going to take with that. Like you might have seen all these different options of how you can do things. So let's even say it's working out, and that's been what's been your goal. And it's like, okay, I've seen yoga, I've seen Pilates, I've seen kickboxing, I've seen, Tai Chi, I've seen meditation. It's like, okay, what do I want to create as my goal? So we're going to have this idea of wanting to commit to something tomorrow, and it will be an emotional commitment that we're pouring ourselves into. There can be some frustrations. There's some Saturn and Pluto and stuff going on, and that frustration could be within relationships where you're trying to force your ideals onto somebody else. Somebody else is trying to force their ideals, or it's like you're wanting to pursue something and you're trying to force it to happen instead of allowing it to happen naturally. So notice where people are resisting you, or where you might be trying to push something too far. If something burbles up, let the emotions settle, and then make changes, and then kind of go forward from there. But try and not force things on people, and try and not take it personally if people force things on you. Like if you feel like somebody's trying to push something on you, kind of, take a step back, and know that that's not really about you. It's a them thing, and that you don't know that you don't have to do that. Wednesday the moon is still in Pisces. There's a lot of stuff about things being successful on Wednesday, like an easy flow of energy. If somebody presents you with some kind of financial venture, like, hey, let's go in on that mom and dad's Christmas present, or let's go into business together, or let's become roommates together, or those kinds of things where there's more about finances, though. Like, let's buy mom and dad's Christmas present together. It's a financial commitment together. So anywhere you're going to commit to somebody financially on Wednesday, there's a good flow there. Take the initiative, make commitments. It's a good day to make commitments. Destined connections. So there's some North Node and South Node stuff going on where there's positive combinations of people linking up. And think about what the goal is. It's like, okay, if we're going in to buy mom and dad a gift, there's got to be compromise about, well, what are we going to get her? Or those kinds of things. But that's where these combinations that are coming together, they're going to be good combinations. Positive combos. The universe is going to kind of align you to be in your best possible situation. On Thursday, the moon is moving into Aries. It's void from about 3:15 a.m. until about 2:45 p.m. So there will not be, maybe holding off, because the moon doesn't move into Aries until 2:45. So you're going to feel this impulsive energy come in the afternoon on Thursday. Emotions are going to feel high. Like after you've gone through all this stuff from Monday to Wednesday, being in this Pisces, like super emotional space, and then you come into that Aries, it's like you're just, I don't know, I just see this like impulsive. Emotions are high. Because the emotions will feel high, you're going to want to leave. Know to still take it slow is what I keep hearing in my head. New people are going to come into your life. There could be a new relationship. A new person draws your attention. A new person comes into work that you start working with. There's just something about some kind of new energy is going to come in and fill space in your life that day. You might also start to notice, like on Thursday and Friday, that like your purpose in life, like we've been talking a lot about, and Ann Ortley's been talking a lot about, is what is your legacy? Who are you? What is the things that you want to be known for? Those things might come to the forefront of your mind on Thursday and Friday, of what you want to be known for. On Friday, there's going to be a lot of stuff about your house and your home undergoing changes, feeling restless about something. But you're going to feel restless, like things are changing, but you're going to feel open to that changing, open to new experiences, studying about something new. But there could be some different things. So like, again, this all happens in layers. Like in another aspect of your life, you might notice where you're kind of confused. Like you don't really know how you feel about this person. You don't know how you feel about this relationship. There could be news that came in. Maybe you went in, like there's these different partnerships coming in. You guys have been talking about things. And it's like, there might be one area of it that you're still a little bit unclear about. There's a lot of opportunities coming in on Friday about relationship dynamics and there's a lot of romance. So if you're open to either taking your existing relationship to the next level, partnerships are just in general, business partnerships are moving to the next level, emotional relationships are going to the next level. So either if you're partnered with somebody in a romantic relationship, there's going to be an intensity where one is going to want to amp it up, and you either step it up or you don't. And then this person could get a little frustrated with you. Like, so know that people are going to want to expand on committed things. So like when you come into a partnership, identifying, is this a business relationship, or is this a friendship, or is this a romantic partnership? I see us kind of like identifying what that is this week with all the Capricorn. And like, even if it's not a legal commitment or contract or whatever it is, it's like that you're going to be identifying what those are, because that is Capricorn. Let's get it in writing, and so that we can identify what it is. What is this? That's what I keep hearing. So I'm going to give you Monday through Friday, and then later on in the week I'm going to highlight on the weekend. But to keep this, on a shorter side, I'm going to try and keep it around 45 minutes. We're about 15 minutes in right now. So now I'm going to go into the reading, and the main thing that I keep getting this over the past couple months is the horse card. So we're going to put that on Facebook Live and then also on YouTube. And we've been pulling this card quite a bit for the past 3 weeks. Let me have a moment. Such good coffee. All right, your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls for you. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. That is the main point and the main focus of what the overall theme of this is. And if you're not connecting with this on a spiritual sense, making this the thought of your week for mindfulness is what allows you to feel free. What sets your heart free? What, if you could say that you had a grander purpose for your life, like what would that be? So just sit with that within mindfulness of anything. And then I'm going to reconnect with, again, on these cards, the dream. Think of a chameleon. The dream the world into being. So what you dream about becomes. So it's like that chameleon who kind of like steps into a room and takes on the color of that space. So it's like what you're dreaming about is something that your heart desires. Like, how are you going to wear that in your life? And surrender to the fact that allowing yourself to follow your dreams. Allow yourself to follow your dreams. That, like, I can't even get that out of my head. That's going to be my theme for the week. Allow yourself the freedom to follow your dreams. Give yourself permission to make yourself happy. We're going to read from the Divine Masculine side first. And I got work through your fear. So maybe noticing from either the masculine energy that is in the world or watching this, or if you are, female that connects more with your masculine side, there's this idea of, it's a new moon in Scorpio, so what are you wanting to transform? But what is holding you back? What fears are holding you back from transforming? So we can't get through to the next level if we don't know what it is that's holding us back. So maybe taking this week, and the same thing that if you're chicks, or you resonate more with the feminine side, we all have masculine and feminine within us. So what is your masculine side of you saying? What is holding you back? What are the fears that are coming up in you? And I would just encourage you, write that down, write that stuff down, and then create a structure of how to get around that fear. Nothing is unconquerable. You just have to identify with what something is and then build a plan, right? That's Capricorn. We're building a plan to get around this fear factor. That is, no longer like, if I do this, this, and this won't happen. So again, like, maybe this is something that, where you're never on time for anything, and it's like a bad habit that you have, because we're going to be thinking about our New Year's resolutions. But you're afraid of this, and this. It's like, okay, well, every day, like, I am going to make it a practice to leave my house 10 minutes before I need to, would normally leave. So it's like, I always show up on time, but, maybe setting that precedence of, well, being on time is really 10 minutes early. That's my new normal. So, like, in my mind, I am telling myself not, oh, well, I have until, 3 o'clock. No, I have till 2:50. Like, that is I'm giving myself this 10-minute buffer. So figure out, like, you can tell, like, I'm all sixth house right now. Like, it's a routine. Be on time. Get your crap together. That's what my masculine side is telling me. So, identifying with what you are afraid of, okay? And then focusing on that. And I pulled, because we have all this Venusian energy going on, this Venus and Mars, I pulled the romance cards also as a theme. And within the divine masculine, within your divine masculine self, I got these two cards. And it is safe to love again, and you deserve love. So again, like I said earlier, give yourself permission to be in love. Be in love with the person that you are in a relationship with. Be in love. You deserve to feel love even within you, to love yourself. And it's safe for you to love yourself again. It is safe. Like, I just hear that you have permission to open the heart space. And it's like, open your heart to give and receive all the highest energy for all involved. So this might even be your kid. Maybe you and your kid have not been getting along for the past couple of weeks, and it's like you've been identifying with them as this certain thing, or even, as a kid, your kid has been identifying you in this certain way, and it's like, if that's what the dynamics that you've been dealing with, okay, and that's triggering inside of you, maybe this is what it's telling you, is it's okay for you to, like, reconnect with your kid again. And it's like, maybe where you've guarded yourself because they've been a little mouthy lately, so you're like, I have to guard my heart because I know they're just being a teenager and they're going through this or something like that. Like, so I've kind of, like, guarded myself a little bit. This is saying that if you see them kind of, like, things are shifting a little bit, and it's like you have this temptation to kind of open yourself back up, like, hey, like, everything okay in here? This is telling you it's okay to love again. It's okay to try again. It's okay to put yourself out there again. And then over on the feminine, okay, so then I got through the feminine side, as far as the theme of what they're going through, I got, don't let your pride get in the way. So whatever has been going on in your life that has been, maybe having you, where your ego is getting in the way, it's like, what is it, what do you need to do this week to kind of humble yourself? Okay, that's what I see with this, is that, like, there might be stuff that you've been going through that, maybe you need to humble yourself and, like, look at, let's say if it's a financial thing, because we were talking about Venus, it's like you really want this, but it's like how, you know, you might have to humble yourself by like restructuring your finances to and canceling this, you know, thing that you want. Maybe it's like your Audible account or something like that where you have, you know, get books and stuff. And it's like, all right, I have to humble myself, and like if I want to be able to buy Christmas presents, I have to like kind of cut the fat here. Or like I just also hear like communicating stuff to something that's like, well, I don't know, just like where are you letting your pride get in the way? Maybe it's two friendships where it's like you really love that person, but it's like your pride's getting in the way of like, and you've been ignoring them, or like, you know, you're not allowing things to heal because it's like, well, I feel right, I'm self-righteous in how I'm feeling about this. And it's like, maybe if that person is really important to you, it's time to kind of humble yourself down so that you, because you notice that you miss them, you know, so you want to bring them back into your life. But what I get with that when I pulled the love card, and this is for relationships specifically, I got the deception card. And true love. So it's like this could mirror back and forth, is like, are you deceiving yourself? Or is there a situation where you might be, where, you know, but this also could be, I mean, Mercury's still in Scorpio, so there could be something around that's happening behind the scenes that you don't necessarily know about. That's what they keep showing me. I don't see it as like deception, like somebody is like being manipulatively deceiving. I see it as that there is deception. There's stuff going on behind closed doors that you don't really know what's going on. Or are you doing stuff behind closed doors where you're not necessarily being forthright about everything that's going on? I just feel like there's something about, there's like this and it's blocking you from true love. So there's something about some kind of deceptive energy that's out there, and it's that communication about that communication in love. There's a blockage there, and when on the masculine side, I'm sorry that I'm going back and forth. On the masculine side, I got, it is safe for you to love again, and you deserve love. But I didn't read the angel card on that. And I got the Queen of Water, so the Queen of Cups. So whatever this energy that's coming into you is worth it. The relationship develops to a new level. Trust your intuition. So wherever your intuition's been drawing you to, like, it's safe for you to love that person. It's safe for you, like, you deserve that, the Queen of Cups. Like, oh my gosh, I didn't even see that. Divine Masculine, you deserve the Queen of Cups. So, you know, are you locking yourself down and blocking yourself from being able to receive this emotional abundance at this, you know, very mature emotional level? And then Divine Feminine, the deception and the true love, I see this as like, not everything is as it seems. And again, like, are you blocking yourself from true love? Like, are you not being forthright with someone else, or is someone may not be being forthright with you? And what I got with that is an exciting new opportunity. And I feel like something that's coming in that maybe you just need to humble yourself through once you've kind of humbled yourself through that space, and an opportunity is going to come around. And this is career advancement. But it's more like, I don't know, like it's going to level you up. Change your life now. So I feel like if something comes in that allows you an opportunity, Divine Feminine, it's like, put your pride down and step into it. So Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine, like both, I got on both sides, I got the Moon card. So again, we're mirroring here. So wherever those mirrors are, and this is from an emotional space, right? Got the Moon card. And actually, this gives, two totally different kinds of depictions. So we're going to start with the masculine first. So I think from the masculine's point of view, it's like they're kind of coming out of some kind of emotional space, some emotional intensity, or actually what it's like this Gemini full moon that's coming up. If you look at this card, it's very Gemini. The two dogs, the two towers, the yin and the yang of the sun and the moon being, shown here. But we also have what it rules is Cancer, which is where our North Node is right now. And we're in this space of this emotional pool, but we're kind of coming out of it and starting this new path. So that's what I have for the Divine Masculine is, kind of working through your fears. Like down in here, I think is like this crab. When a crab, it gets scared, it's like pincher, 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 pincher. And it kind of like comes back. But it's like what I see is like, allow yourself to start to come out of the depths of maybe your emotions and start moving on a new path. There's different choices that are going to come up for you. And that's what the Seven of Pentacles is either you're looking at, everything that you've collected and what am I going to do with all of this abundance? Or it's in this space of like, I see all these different choices out in front of me, all these different, if you look at these together, it's like, okay, maybe there's multiple different paths veering off from this. Which direction are you going to go? And it's a physical shift that you're going to go through on a choice that you're going to make. I feel like because both sides, the feminine and the masculine, both got the moon card, I feel like it's a mirror effect on all these choices. It's like, what experience do you want? I feel like the challenges that you're going to go through each experience, each different path choice that you take, there's always going to be like a similar challenge. It's just, I get like one, you're just choose the experience that you're going to have. Okay. So there's a choice coming in, and after that I get the Six of Pentacles, which is also like it's like almost like the Lover's card in a very physical aspect, but it's like this. And if we're going to go off of the art and what I feel like this is saying to us, from our inner Divine Masculine is like where maybe there's some balance that's going to come in, where you're making this choice and it's going to be a more balance, it's going to balance out your masculine and your feminine energy. So maybe you're making this physical movement into a new environment and you're going to see where things come more into a physical balance. Or financially, there could be some kind of abundance that comes in where like, somebody, either this is spirit, being very gracious, I guess, or, maybe somebody comes into your life and is feeling very giving. Okay. So this is three very good cards for the energy of the masculine this week. So we have coming into our emotional space, maybe coming out of our deep emotions and choosing to making a choice in a direction that this path is going. And what I would focus on is, where does it feel balanced? Or maybe this is an opportunity that's going to come into your life that somebody's going to be giving. Feel gracious within you. And what I get as clarifiers on there is, manifesting your reality and being open. Be open and flexible to new experiences, even though you might not necessarily know what's going to happen. And the theme this week for the masculine is something about again, that Cancer energy is. Cancer is what feels like home, North Node. There's a lot of North Node stuff in the astrology this week. So I would follow, what feels nurturing, comfortable, and be open to it. From the Divine Feminine's perspective, we have, again, the Moon card, but again, let's go off of the art, not necessarily what the card is. And for the Divine Feminine, it's more of like creating like a safe boundaries around. I see the trees kind of, you know, so I feel like she needs to go into solitude a little bit and kind of get calm and clear on what her intuition is telling her, because there's going to be some kind of inspiration that comes in. So something's going to kind of pop out of the water at her. But I think for the Divine Feminine, they need to almost withdraw a little bit, get clear in their own mind, and then, you know, so that they can go into this space of having something to offer. You know, showing this, what this card is all about. It's like, again, you know, in this card over here on the masculine, you know, these might mirror each other, where it's like maybe this energy comes in, they show what they're like. He's a knife maker, okay? He's coming to this guy and wants to sell, he wants to strut his peacock feathers. That's what that is all about in this mirror. Being open, the windows are open. When we read tarot, it's very much symbolism. So maybe this guy is, you know, making an offer, showing his work and what he can do, and then, you know, this guy, as being this guy, is now he's going to give. There's going to be some kind of giving that happens. So the Divine Feminine, you know, maybe she needs to kind of withdraw, get clear in her intuition, see the inspiration that comes up out of, you know, getting rooted and grounded, and then, you know, being able to step forward, making an offer to someone. Or maybe even Divine Feminine, somebody is going to come and offer something to you. I mean, that is very possible. Like, this can be mirroring both ways. This could be the, you know, where you're the Queen of Cups, and, you know, a strong masculine energy is going to come in and make an offer. Or, you know, maybe you are in this aspect over here, and you're going to be offering something to somebody else. But it's like taking the opportunity, Divine Feminine, this week to kind of stepping out of your box, strutting your feathers. You know, don't let your pride get in the way of doing this. So it's like maybe you need to come to somebody and like make an offer of something. Because what I get is this is going to end up and lead into a financially successful space. We got the 10 of Pentacles. So whatever that inspiration that comes in, you got to step forward and move on it, because there's a positive outcome coming that's going to be financially beneficial for everyone involved. Because then again, on the masculine side, we got this card. And then the clarifiers on that are so, you know, I just see, you know, going into your sacred pool, doing some meditation, getting clear with your emotions, following your intuition, you know, taking a step forward and sharing something. You know, don't let your pride get in the way. Move forward, because it's going to be successful. So what I get to back that up again is this deep knowing. So it's like you have, and it's telling you have a leg up. There's something that so universe is giving you open doors here. They're not even saying be cautious. Well, there is the deception card, but I just feel like that is either someone that what's decepting is you're withholding information, or somebody's withholding information from you that's blocking you from getting to this true love space. I don't know. So it's like follow your intuition and know that Spirit's there to help you and guide you through it. Okay? You've got the universe's back, or the universe has your back. I'm going to pull a guidance card for each, and then we'll be done. Sorry. Can I have a piece of guidance for the Divine Masculine, please? There's one last clarifier as bringing this whole thing together for them. Illumination. Can I have one more, please? Shift your energy. So Divine Masculine, you know, shifting out of those fears. And I just feel like something about illumination. So like illuminating what it is that you are afraid of, and then shift it, like build the strategy plan around it, because everything can be obtained. So shift your energy, shed light on, you got the moon card, so shed light on what it is, that the choices that you want to make, and or allow, or like notice what they keep showing me is like, notice, am I in fear brain? Okay, yes, I'm in fear brain. What is it that I'm afraid of? Okay, well, let's take problem number 1. What is a resolution for that? Oh, I would just do that. So taking things into smaller chunks instead of looking at something that might be so overwhelming, because anything is too, when you're looking at too much, can make you feel like. But if you look at it one situation at a time and stay in that space, it helps you to kind of move out of that fear and move forward. So what is a piece of energy for the Divine Feminine? Catch your breath. And acceptance of love. Illumination and shift your energy for the masculine. And acceptance of love and catch your breath for the feminine. So again, taking that time to meditate, taking that time to hug a tree. Like, I love the artwork on these cards. So take a minute to catch your breath. Go hug a tree. And then true love, right? You have to be willing to open your heart a little bit. So acceptance of love for what it is. Even if it's like, maybe you don't have that romantic relationship that you want just yet, but it's like you're going to accept that part of yourself and start to love yourself, to where you truly love yourself. Because until we can truly love ourselves, we can't truly love someone else. So that's what I have today. I'm going to gently go over the week really quick. Remember, Capricorn's energy, being held accountable, holding other people accountable. So we have a lot of Venetian, South Node, North Node stuff. So we are releasing fated relationships, entering fated relationships. A lot of good success on Wednesday as far as financial ventures, taking the initiative towards stuff, making commitments, knowing what your purpose is, maybe looking at your life in a bigger picture. We're going to notice that you're going to feel compelled to kind of throw yourself into something. That workaholic is really going to start to feel expansive. And there's going to be a lot of changes within the home dynamics this week. So if you've been waiting for information to come in, and also that Mercury is coming completely out of retrograde, the shadow period right now. So things are going to start to move forward there. So just when you're feeling compelled to throw yourself into something, like, utilize the energy to move forward. I would not overindulge. Like, they're still showing me, like, have the Temperance card. Try not to force things on people, force situations, force things to happen the way that you want them to happen. Allow spirit or the universe to naturally guide it through. Okay? So that's my advice for the week. And I hope that it's productive for you. Namaste.